and welcome back to my channel. I'm very happy because we hit 25 subscribers. I am so happy. I feel like 25 is this like amazing number. It's like really like round. It's like quarter of 100, and I don't know, I just really like it. So if you're subscribed and you're watching this, then thank you very much. I am very grateful for every single one of you. And if you're watching this but you're not subscribed, then what are you doing? Please click that subscribe button down below and subscribe because it will help me out so much, and it literally costs you nothing, like no money, no nothing. So subscribe, it's free and it will really help me out. But anyways, let's get into this build right here. Now, if you're someone who spends a lot of time on social media and especially TikTok, then you might have heard about Bama-Rush. Now, if you haven't heard of Bama-Rush, then I'm very sorry because I'm about to tell you what it is. And you might fall down a rabbit hole that you cannot undo. Now, I first became aware of Bama-Rush in I think last year, or maybe it was this year. I don't know, when that documentary came out, that Max documentary, that I didn't like it, but it's a personal thing. What I'm going to talk about is not a documentary review channel. This is a Sims channel. Now, I saw that and I just kind of felt like very intrigued by the idea. So this year, my TikTok that knew that I was very intrigued by this idea, I don't know how, but it knew, started showing me Bama-Rush talk. Now, I'm gonna get to what Bama-Rush talk is. So basically, the University of Alabama is apparently like the university for Greek life. If you're not American and you don't know what Greek life is, like I didn't know what Greek life is, that I had to do a lot of investigation and lots and lots of Google searches to understand what was going on here. But you know how you see in movies and TV shows that there's things like fraternities and sororities, and well, apparently that's Greek life, and everyone's like Kappa, Gamma, Phi, Mu, whatever. But yeah, apparently at the University of Alabama, Greek life is really big, and it's apparently very competitive to get into. And a lot of girls on TikTok are there like showing their outfits and just telling us a little bit about their experience. And honestly, most of them are like beautiful human beings. This year, my favorite was Bella Grace. She has honestly a little ray of sunshine, that girl. But yeah, that's my favorite Bama girl this year. Who's yours? But anyways, one of the things that I was mesmerized with watching all of this unfold was the houses this girls lived. Now, you make yourself a favor and you go and Google like University of Alabama sorority houses and watch the literal mansions these girls are living in. They are beautiful. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do them in The Sims. Like that is it. I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna do this like huge ass mansion in The Sims, and I'm gonna do it in the university world. This is Rochester, by the way, and this is that lot, that like student housing lot that you can like, you have preference. So I made this like an all-female student housing, and it has 8 Sims, which I think it's like the most Sims you can have. And I made this beautiful like sorority house. Obviously, you're not gonna have like initiation or rush in a pack like this. I wish we had that. Like, I don't know, I wish that this pack, like this university pack, had come with fraternities and sororities. I think it was in The Sims 2 that we had like fraternities and sororities. That was super fun. Like that's something that I kind of played with. That was the only kind of moment that I knew of, like about Greek life. I mean, I didn't because I was like 10, but But I was very intrigued, and I always sent my Sims to university, and they would always join those groups. So yeah, it was really fun in The Sims 2. So I wish we had something like that in The Sims 4. I think it was a missed opportunity. Obviously, I'm speaking from my special interest in 2023. The game was obviously launched like what 3 years ago, maybe even more. Maybe it was like 4 years ago. Um, but yeah, obviously at that time I would never have thought of it. But now, like, I want to live my Bama-Rush dreams, and I can't because we have no sororities or fraternities for that matter. But anyways, I decided to build a house nonetheless, and it looked great. I am so happy. I really want to send my Sims to university, like in my own gameplay. I have a teenager, and I said, you know what, I am gonna send her to university. She's gonna live here with a lot of like girls, and it's gonna be amazing. Um, but yeah, this house is actually inspired by I think it's the Zeta sorority from the University of Alabama. Again, I'm a talk Bama-Rush fan. Rush talk fan, whatever. Um, I'm a big fan of what's going on in TikTok. It's actually over. I'm so sad that I did not finish this in time because it only lasts like a week. I think in total with the girls like moving in and then kind of like getting to open that envelope that says what sorority they've been accepted into. I think the whole thing is like 10 days. So it's not really like a long-term investment. It's kind of like Eurovision week in TikTok. You know, you have 2 weeks that everyone's talking about Eurovision, and then it kind of like fades away. Bama-Rush is kind of like that. It's just, you know, you have this thing going on for 2 weeks, and then it just kind of like disappears out of everyone's timeline. And that's it. And you have to wait till next year. And TikTok will know. They remember. They remember everything. So, yeah. If you're into Boomer, like if you want to get into this, then you can watch a few of the videos from this last Bama-Rush. But always keep an eye out because next year we're gonna have a fuller set of girls going through Rush, and it's gonna be amazing. It's one of the best seasons of TikTok. It's the first time I'm participating, but it honestly blew my mind. Amazing. I love it. But anyways, going back to the build. Now, this build is huge. Like it is honestly so huge, and it has everything you need to get through university. Now it has a big kitchen, like you're seeing it right now. It has like 2 fridges and microwaves, and then I did a little coffee nook and a big table that sits 8, and it's really cool. And then you basically have a lot of things. I did like 2 skill rooms and like a living room with a big TV, and you have your research and debate like machine, and you have the stand, like you have everything, like everything you need for university is here. Literally everything. So if you're planning on sending your sons to university and you're kind of like me and don't like sitting sitting through the loading screens, this is kind of like a good one. This is a good way, a good, nice little, well, not little, nice big house to live in. So yeah. Again, I said it sleeps 8, so you can have 8 Sims here. And the way I did it is I have 2 bedrooms that are like shared bedrooms. They have 2 beds each. And then I have 4 single bedrooms. I know this is not normally how it goes. Like normally you would share a room, but this house was like gigantic. It was so big that I like if I had put 2 beds on every single room, and there was room for it. Like the single rooms, they're nice, like they're big. I think they're as big as the double rooms. To be completely honest, if you're playing in this house and you give your sim a double room, then you're being mean. I said, I said it. Um, but yeah, in the end, I decided to go with the single rooms, even though like I don't personally like the idea of single rooms, but I ended up doing it because I had so much space and I was tired of thinking what else can I put in this damn build because it is so big. Like it happens a lot to me. Like it just like when I do like this gigantic build, I don't know what to put in them. Like honestly, um, what do you put in them? What do you do? I have no idea. Um, but yeah, I was really happy with how this turned out. I think it's like really cool. If I were to go to university and live in like student housing, I would love to live somewhere like this. I think that I mean I probably would not have joined a sorority if I were to go to if I had gone to university in the US. But I like the idea of it. Like, I like the idea of thinking that I might have. I don't, I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, like we don't have anything like this in Argentina. Let me know down below how it is in your country. Do you have things like this, like sororities, fraternities, or clubs that all live in the same space? I don't know. To be honest, in Argentina, you don't live in a university. Like most of the universities are in cities, so yeah, you don't really have a lot of like student housing. Um, like for example, I live in Buenos Aires, which is like the biggest city in Argentina, and I went to university here. And what I was like, obviously, because I was, uh, I mean, I wasn't like super near my university. It was, I think, maybe 40 minutes in my car, but that's mostly because of traffic. But anyways, I lived at my parents' house. Like, literally, I went to university and I lived at my parents' house, and I would take the bus, or sometimes I would take the car. Like if no one was using the car, I would just take the car. But if not, I would just like go my bus and commute it. And I did like it took an hour for me to get like from and back from university, but to be honest, like that is the reality for most people here. And so yeah, and if you're from another city, because the thing is, if you're living in like a big city with a university, there's it's very probable, like unless you want to go like a one specific university, you're probably gonna go to the university in your city. Like that's kind of how it goes here. Obviously there are exceptions. So if you're going to public university, maybe you want to like go to the university in your town, depending on what you're studying and if that area of study is available to you in that city. But if you're going to go to a private university, you're probably gonna have to move. But everyone who moved, like I had a lot of friends that weren't like from my city and they had to move here to go to university. They either rented an apartment or they rented a room in like a student living accommodation. I don't know how they're called. I know in German they're like biggies, but I have no idea how you would call that in English. But it's basically like a big house, like kind of like this. Like you're renting the room, and it's not like part of the university. It's like student housing. It's not like from the university. So that's kind of how it works here. But I'm really interested in knowing how it works in other countries. Because I know like in the US you have like dorms and sororities and whatnot, but you can live on campus, and I know a lot of people do because campuses are like really huge. And I know that in Argentina it's like completely the opposite. Like universities, you will have like the building and that's about it. Maybe they will have like garden if you're lucky. I didn't because mine was like really like in the city. So we had a rooftop. It was nice. Like a green rooftop with nice little like grass. So it was very nice. Um, but yeah, it's just a building. Like there is nothing else. Like you have the building and that is it. That is your university. Your university is a building. Like campuses, not really a thing. I think there's like two universities that I know of in Argentina that have like a campus, and it's not a real campus. It's just like instead of all the classes being on one building, they might have like two or three like mid-sized buildings, and they call that a campus. But, but yeah, that's it about universities in Argentina. I'm sorry if you, I mean, if you were curious about how universities in Argentina work, there you have it. Also, public universities are free. So you can have a free higher education here in Argentina. But anyways, I'm getting off track. The belt. So you can see I have already done my like shared double bedrooms. And now I'm doing the single bedrooms. I use mostly like university kind of like bedding and stuff because in my mind, because this is obviously like student housing provided by the university, so they're not going to spend a lot of money. So I just used all the stuff from the university back, which I think it's okay. Like I don't mind university build and buy, like build and buy mode. I think it's fun. I think it's okay. But yeah, every single one of these bedrooms has kind of like a little color theme going on, which is nice. I did not decorate them a lot. I mean, I know they're boring. Like you're watching the same room being built 4 times. I know that, and I'm very sorry about that. Like, I am aware of it. Please don't come at me. But yeah, I know they're kind of like boring, but in my mind, I wanted every like player to be able to kind of decide how they wanted to decorate their own like room. Because what I will do when I play university is I will move my sim into a dorm or whatever, and by using cheats, like you can do I think is free real estate. I don't know. I cannot remember the cheat for the life of me. I have to Google it every single time because it's not one that I use a lot. But what I will do is just move them in, put on that little cheat, and decorate the room that I have selected. And then the other ones, they're just gonna like stay. They're gonna stay like that. I'm not like putting a lot of thought into the other rooms. And I think a lot of people do that because obviously you're not, I mean, unless you really, really like decorating, you never know who's gonna come. And so you don't want to like decorate it for them. And that's kind of like the principle that I kind of went with. Obviously, I have a little bit of decorations because I had to have fun, okay? I wanted to have fun and I like decorating. So I did decorate a little bit. But mostly the rooms are really, really chill. But yeah. So yeah, another thing, the idea about this house is that the first floor downstairs was all the like amenities and like the more formal part, you know, your kitchen, your dining room, your TV room, your skill rooms. And then on this floor, that's kind of more like a party room. I put a little bubble blower. I don't know. I thought it was really, really cool. Now, I put a football table. I don't know if I actually ended up leaving it. Well, apparently I did. So yeah, it's kind of a more like a chill party room just to like have fun. And then the other thing I did, I'm really proud of, I love how it turned out, is the landscaping on this lot. Because the house is so big, I thought I was not gonna have a lot of like room to landscape with. I was like, a little bit worried, like a tiny bit worried about the landscaping situation. But in the end, I think that kind of like played into my favor a little bit because I'm really like I consider myself to be really really good at like landscaping around a building, but sometimes with like really big open spaces, um, it can become a little muddy. So I think in the end, not having that much space actually played to my favor and to my strengths. So I'm very happy. And for the like, however this is called, I don't know. I want to call it a garden, but it isn't really, because it's so like small. But I did ended up putting like a little table if I want to do like homework or study downstairs, a little fountain. Because why not? I mean, I had the place and I thought it was like perfect for a fountain. I looked at it and I immediately said fountain. This is a place for fountain. So that, and I also put some like lounge chairs because if you're in Bama-Rush stock, you know that these girls, they're always tanned. Always. Like, there is not a day that goes by that these girls are not tanned. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give them the lounge chairs so that they can tan. They have to maintain their tan. And in this sense, you can do it safely by tanning in the sun. If you're in real life, please do not tan in the sun. Use a self-starter, or if you're spending time out in the sun, use solar protection, use SPF. I don't know, this was a PSA, but anyways, so yeah, I'm putting a lot of flowers. I decided to go with a more I don't know how to call it. I selected a few colors. So normally I will put like every single color in the rainbow for my gardens, and here I decided to go with like white and red and yellow, just a little bit more, I don't know, just less colors basically. And I think it looked really good. Like I'm very proud of it. Like I'm honestly so proud of my landscaping. I think it's the best part about the whole build. Like I love the build in and of itself. Like the whole like building and decoration and stuff. And on the inside, like because obviously it's like student housing, it's not necessarily how I would decorate it if I were to do it. Like if this was a house for a family, that is absolutely not how it would look. But for university housing, I think it turned out really, really great. So yeah, we are approaching the end of the video. I hope you liked it. I really did. I thought it was fun, like a fun little build that was a little bit different. But yeah, so if you liked it, please let me know. Leave a comment down below with video ideas because I'm always looking for video ideas. You know, it's really hard to think of new things every single week. So yeah. Anyways, I love you all very, very much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Mwah. Bye. And please subscribe. If you haven't already, I'm gonna say it again. If you haven't subscribed already, go and subscribe. If you made it to the end of this video, then at least make me the favor of subscribing to my channel. I'm on a campaign to get to 100 followers. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.